A word for our listeners. Masks of Nyarlathotep is set in the 1920s. We will be using terms and sayings from those times, including some that could be considered offensive. It is not our intention to offend. We merely wish to offer as accurate a view of the time period as possible. Welcome to the Nerds Domain presents Masks of Nyarlathotep. Join us each week as our investigators follow a path of clues and attempt to save the world from an ancient evil. Starring John Quiett, Justin Kimmett, Shirley Nedzwicki, George Chimples, Jason Hall, and Scott Troiano, with Matt Quiett running the table as keeper. Eldritch evils and crazed cultists await you just beyond this music.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Nerds Domain presents Masks of Nyarlathotep. I'm here with Johnny.
Hello.
Jeremy.
Hello.
Scott.
Did you notice that pause and breath right after that? That's when you jump on there. Hi there, everybody.
Phil.
Hello.
And Justin.
Oh, I actually get to say hi this time.
I gave you time. Go ahead.
Hi.
So Justin, I'll go ahead and hand it over to you.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm doing something.
You can take it into the forest of death.
I'm still surprised you guys haven't died yet. So, have you guys stopped acquiring things and have gotten on the bus?
I'm good for the bus.
I'm waiting on the bus. I got my stuff in my knapsack.
As long as that's all good, we're good.
That was all good the last time I looked at it. I'm pretty sure you haven't added anything.
A few extra things.
See, when the keeper says you can have whatever you want, that means none of it's going to help us.
That's what I think.
Just saying.
At least he didn't give us guns with one bullet.
No, he gave us 9 instead of 1.
Oh no, we went through a World War II scenario. Scott gave us guns with one bullet.
Yep, one bullet each.
One bullet?
You want to know who that bullet was for?
Yourself.
There you go.
All right.
So the bus ride's pretty uneventful. It stops you right at the entrance to Lake Psycho Hotel.
Was
Mm-hmm.
this like a private
Psycho.
bus, or were we like?
It was a private bus.
Ooh,
nice.
nice.
Military bus?
Nope.
See, this is what the agents get.
It's a short yellow bus.
This is what the agents get.
Pulls up, let you guys out.
So
Yes.
we're there in the evening now. So
It is the evening, going on 7 p.m.
Okay.
I really think we should
I
get
check into my room.
You can see Mount Fuji off in the distance. Looks beautiful.
Beautiful.
Smiling. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Is that where
Gorgeous.
I'm no longer on the clock. so
Technically,
I'm
it's
gonna
not
go
a
to my
dormant
room.
volcano, but yeah.
Is that where the volcano flow came from? Was that mountain?
Yes.
Okay. I'm serious.
Yes.
Sincere asking questions.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. So you're going to bed, Phil?
I'm not on the clock anymore.
Hiroto?
I'm gonna go to my room. Hiroto.
You walk in, you see the front desk. There's a clerk behind it, mid-20s.
I should have a room.
Can I help you?
I should have a room.
Who
Let's
are you?
check in. Hiroto.
Hiroto. That
It's
doesn't
Mr.
sound
Hiroto.
familiar.
What was it? Oni.
Oh, yeah, we got your room. It's on the 6th floor. He throws you a key card.
Thank you. Does everyone have a room? There's a group of us.
There's a room. Yeah, here's the key card for the room also.
Just one room?
One room.
Yes, it's all they booked. It was one room.
How big is this room?
It's our suite.
How many bedrooms
How many
does it
beds?
have?
One
One bed?
bed.
That's awkward.
It's a big bed.
That's really awkward.
All right, I need to book another room for myself.
Do you have rollout bed rolls or
Oh, absolutely.
Excellent.
Yes.
Then we'll
Yes.
need.
We have mats.
Oh, wonderful. Then we'll
Futons.
need 4 of those or 5 of those.
Who's most senior position within the company of the 5 of us?
That would be
The
me.
secretary
Yep.
is over the accountant and the engineer.
The senior. Been at the company the longest.
Yes.
That's what you asked.
Yeah.
I was going to say, even on the other aspect, too, secretaries hold a lot of power. They're normally right next to the boss all day long.
No, but
Why didn't you
seriously,
get us more rooms?
I would like another room.
Another room?
Myself, yeah.
This is
We'll have
sufficient
to
for what we need.
contact
We
the
won't be
company
here
and
long.
make sure that
No,
it's all right with
I'll
them.
pay for it with my credit card. It's fine.
Okay.
You should talk to the company accountant. I say it's okay.
So, how many
He
extra
hands you
rooms are we
another key
going to
card.
get?
The extra rooms, 20,000 yen.
Okay.
So,
There
I'm getting
we-
10
twice,
just because
twice as much as what they're
Yeah.
paying you.
I don't care. I really don't care.
Wow.
Go figure the scientist wants to be all by
That's
himself.
company
Can't hang out
card,
with the rest
so-
of us.
Oh well, then
Is that
if we're going to have 2 rooms, is his room going to be a suite?
No, it's on the 3rd floor.
Oh, okay. Well then, who is going to bunk with you then?
I'm paying for this out of my own pocket. No one.
Oh.
Unless someone wants to pay for half of it.
I'll split the cost with you.
All right, then. Akira and I will bunk together.
All right,
So
I'm good.
I'll take a roll out.
Yeah, I'll roll out.
Oh, that means I get the bed?
You're the most senior
Yes!
jackanape in the whole jackanape company.
Right on. I didn't even plan
You
it
up to your
that way.
room. It's a standard sized room with a twin bed. There's not a lot of room in there.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You can have the bed. I'll sleep on the floor.
A few minutes pass. Stewardess comes out with a mat. I'm not a stewardess.
Maybe.
Nice!
Did I get some peanuts?
Absolutely. Would you like a cocktail? No, the maid walks up.
Those both cost extra.
They're
All right.
30,000.
So do we have appointments to go speak to the park rangers and the priest, or is that something we should arrange now?
That's probably something you should arrange now if you're going to
Okay,
arrange
well,
it.
I did ask before to have
Yeah.
talk with
We
the
did
park
have
ranger.
the
and
talk.
They said it was perfectly fine, but they didn't set a time.
All right, then I'm going to call the priest first and ask to see him tonight if possible.
Stop on by.
Okay.
What about the travel agency?
Travel agency closes at 9.
No, I mean tonight.
So we have 2
It's
hours.
7.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if you were gonna.
I
You
didn't say
said
it was closed.
park rangers, and so I was. Just
Well, I mean, we called the travel agency before, and they said there was no guides willing to help us. So I
that's a
went
good
to
point.
the
Yeah,
park
that
rangers,
makes
who are the cops whose job it is to,
Yeah, but they're not going to go in there. They're zombies.
right.
Right. So there's time to go to the travel agency tonight?
Yes.
Oh, then we should do that.
Why?
To arrange a guide.
But there's no
They already
guides
told
that
us
are
no.
willing.
I understand that.
And wouldn't the park rangers, who are federal employees,
We'll
whose
start-
job it is to lead us through the woods?
We'll start with the travel agency.
When did we start our workday?
Since we
Technically,
have
when you left, it starts at,
When you showed up to work?
yep.
That morning.
That
Yeah.
Which is like, it's 7 or something in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys go do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not asking you to do anything.
Might I make one suggestion? Since we're kind of limited on time tonight, why don't we split up? And a couple of us go talk to the park rangers, and the other group go talk to the travel agency.
I'll go with you to the travel agency.
Wonderful.
Also, if you show a little initiative, you might move up in the company from being just a janitor.
Who says I want to be more than a janitor?
Oh, one of those.
Would you like to go with us, Hiroto, or are you just going to retire for the night?
I'm off the clock. You guys have fun.
Okay.
You're going to go up to the room. It is a magnificent double door. You slide the card in, you hear a popping sound, opens up. One of the largest rooms you've ever seen. As a matter of fact, the room is probably bigger than your house.
And they haven't come up?
Nope.
I looted.
Take all the pistachios.
None of the mini bar stuff.
Say, there is a mini bar.
All the shampoos.
Shampoo.
The robes, the towels.
Anything that we're not going to get charged for.
Okay. Perfectly fine. I'm okay with that.
You're not there to object, so
Oh, but it's now going to show up on the bill, so that's fine.
I'd approve it anyway.
Right.
You guys will get there and be like, no, there wasn't any. You'll call down and get some more. You guys won't care.
So would we rather go see the priest or the cops?
I'm going to lean towards probably the cops first. I think they might have a little bit more information as far as he made a disturbance before he
Right.
left. So maybe we can get some information on them. Maybe what
Well-
he specifically was.
The priest was the one who made the actual complaint.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay. I must have misheard that part.
Well,
let's
we
go see
got
the
a
priest
complaint
then.
from the priest, and the cops also claim to have zombie sightings.
Let's
So-
go see the priest then.
Yeah, we'll go see the priest.
And we're going to head to the travel agency.
Okay. Travel agency is the closest, so I'll deal with you guys first.
Okay.
You walk down the street, there's a small building, a sign on it says open. The door opens up.
Is
to
it the Open
very-
Travel Agency? Is that the name of the travel agency?
That is fantastic.
It is the Mount Fuji Travel Agency.
Sounds good.
When you open the door, there's just a simple desk. There's a couple chairs. There's a lady behind the counter. She seems incredibly bored, writing on a piece of paper. She doesn't look up as you walk in. She doesn't even acknowledge your presence.
That's odd.
So I'll walk up and stand in front of the chair next to the desk. I assume you're...
And I will walk up with him and give a bow.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing. I'll do all the things that are polite within the society.
She kind of startles as she notices that you've walked in. I'm sorry, can I help you?
Yes, Agent Mifune and Agent
Tokigawa.
And I'll flip the badge that we have with the...
Oh yeah, we heard you were coming.
NAACP. What's our...
Oni.
If we had a longer time, we'd have staged a celebration or something. We don't get fancy people like you guys in this area too often.
Well, we wouldn't really have time for that. We just have some questions.
You're here for the zombies, right?
We're here to find Mr. Brown, the American.
Yeah, the voodoo guy.
Him. We require a guide.
That's not going to happen.
I pull out my credentials and go, we're with the ONI. We will require a guide. You will need to provide one. We have an active crime scene where there are potential deaths involved. You will provide one, or you will go with us, or we will have other agents come up and investigate this as part of a potential homicide.
I can give you a list of names of the guides, but that's all I can do.
You cannot contact them?
I
or hire
can,
them?
but they haven't been answering their phones lately. I can try to call them.
We will need one by tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. And I put my credentials away and take a half step back to let the other agent continue the conversation, and I will give the stern businessman, like, I am now, obviously you have been told what you need to do, and I expect your compliance.
We'll also need any paperwork for the Mr. Brown's trip. Anything stating where he was going, anything at all.
He was just going to... He specifically contracted Taki.
So he knew his guide before he got here?
He knew of her reputation. She's a bit on the seedy side. We don't really like working with her, but she helps the police out with the location of bodies. She guarantees anybody who goes in will see a corpse on the way to the mountain. And then when they come back, she turns them in, so we allow her to keep operating.
Turns who in?
The
the
corpses,
body?
the locations of the corpses.
And she's the only one you have like that?
Yes.
Okay, and so you're going to give me the paperwork?
Absolutely.
Right now. Can you go ahead and grab that?
Yes.
Okay. She grabs that.
Right now?
Yes.
Right now. She gets up and walks into the back room.
Her computer's there?
Yep.
Okay. I'll motion at Scott's character, whose name I've already forgotten. Even though
Tokigawa.
I'll motion for you to watch where she went.
Okay, then I'm going to walk back to the doorway that she walked into and stand by the side of it and sort of watch/listen for her to return. I'm going to cut her off before she gets back into the room.
Okay.
I'm going to sit down at her desk.
Okay.
What was her name again?
She didn't say.
Was there a nameplate?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm going to try and...
There's a half-finished game of solitaire.
Okay,
on the screen.
minimize that. Look for any kind of, I don't know, anything. that
Give
would
me a
tell
computer use.
Yay! Seriously. It's a computer. Pretty sure.
How
I missed it by
often-
10.
Okay. You're able to find the name, you pull it up. They do have a watch order on that particular guide,
Okay.
but you can't find anything on Jim Brown.
Do we have an address for her?
No.
How
There is a cell phone number.
Okay. I'll copy that down real quick.
Okay.
And then I'll close everything down and stand back up and walk away. Oh, wait, no. I'll pull up anything in there about Jim Brown if there's anything... If he has a file on there as well.
The only thing you're able to bring up is the fact that he is an African American male, about 6'3", and was looking to go up Mount Fuji.
Okay. All right. I'll close down whatever it was, bring Solitaire back up, and step away.
Unfortunately, with your botched computer use, you shut down the solitaire game.
Shoot. Oh, well, whatever.
It's so rude.
I know.
So how long do you guys wait?
Couple minutes? I mean, I can get that done, and...
Yeah. She doesn't come back out.
Is she back there?
I draw my weapon,
Oh my gosh.
and I'm going to go investigate.
I pull the axe. No, I'll pull my weapon as well, since the senior analyst here.
You walk into the room, you see a back door wide open.
Oh. She's left.
That doesn't make any sense.
Not at all.
How big is the back room? What are we looking at?
It's about, I want to say, 10 foot square. It's a real small back room. It's got filing cabinets on the walls.
Bathroom back here?
No.
So are there doors other than the back of the outdoor?
Nope. Just the door.
So this place has no bathroom?
Correct.
What kind of world do we live in? Where does your worker go to the bathroom?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back to the desk, and I'm going to take a crack at the computer.
Okay. Give me a computer use.
Got a 57 under a 99.
How do I only have a 1 in computer?
I got a 15
janitor.
under a 16. Success.
Phil, to help answer your question, janitor.
Jan Etor. Success.
You pull it up just fine. You're able to bring up the information on Taki. She has a very bad reputation. She's on watch. Jim Brown was on suicide watch. Since you went in with a translator and a guide, they assumed everything would be fine.
Right. Okay. I print that information out
Okay.
to bring back to the group, and now I'm going to rifle through her personal things. Her purse, I want her identification.
Oh, you find that with no problem whatsoever.
Okay. What's her name?
Her name was Taki
So
Hiroshi.
this was the guide? Like, she's the one that took him up and points out the bodies, and that's why we let her still work here? Great. Okay. Excellent. Well, now that I have her ID...
Wait, I thought she didn't come back.
She didn't. But the guide that we're looking for that points out the corpses was the name of what, again? Taki?
Taki?
Which is the same ID that I just pulled out of this woman's
Is
purse.
there an address on that ID?
Yes.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay. Should have any cash.
Yeah.
We should take the cash. Finder's fee.
Good agents don't need that.
Good agents would be here and be done already.
Okay. As the accountant, take the cash, leave a receipt.
Yes. I will write a quick receipt. Oni owes you. For dereliction of duty, you've been fined.
Does she have any other valuables? Does she have any other anything of note?
No, there's a comb, small personal mirror.
Ninja throwing stars.
Okay, no weapons,
No weapons.
Okay, go through the desk.
There's some paperwork in there. They seem to have addresses of other guides, from what you can tell.
We're keeping those. Okay.
There's some phone numbers, I assume?
Yeah, phone numbers.
And then you guys were headed to the police or no?
The priest.
Okay, because our next stop is going to be the local constabulary.
I thought they were going to the priest and the park ranger, not the police.
Right, I'm going to have her bring Taki to us
Oh, okay.
on O&I authority.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
So, you guys going to the
Which guys?
church.
Which guys?
Ijiro and Akira.
Yes.
You arrive outside of a small church. You see a man in his 50s standing outside. He's wearing the full collar, everything, sitting on the steps.
I know I'm not there, but is Christian church?
Yes.
Okay.
Catholic. Even.
Catholic.
Well, I'll step out. I mean, we had a name from the complaint report. What was that name?
That name was a good question.
I thought we didn't get any materials.
We did.
Yeah, he did ask for names. Things. The name is Yojimbo.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes.
Nicely
All right.
done.
Father Yojimbo.
I approve.
Is Father Yojimbo a Caucasian?
No.
Okay, just checking. Just wanted to make sure.
You can call me Jimbo for short. Sorry, go ahead.
So I'll step out of the car and say, good evening. We had an appointment.
Oh, you're with O&I.
Yes. And you are.
I'm Father Yojimbo.
Okay. I'm not giving up any information. I'm gonna make them spill it. So we wanted to speak to you about the disturbances in the area.
We had what we believe was an African American.
May we go inside?
Absolutely.
Okay.
He was speaking English.
Okay.
He had a real thick accent. We couldn't quite place where it was. His translator was... He didn't seem to understand half of what he was saying. He wanted to be called Papa Doc, which makes no sense whatsoever.
Oh, Americans.
Exactly. And then he come in here, he said he wanted to talk to me about voodoo. I said, what's this about voodoo? And he said, no, clearly you misheard me. It has to do with hoodoo. And then he went on this nonsensical rant about how it's tied to the Bible and all sorts of blasphemous things.
And you reported him for what reason exactly?
He started yelling, and well, let me show you. He walks you over to the altar. There's a basin of water. As you look into it, it is deep dark red.
Like blood.
Like blood.
I'll get a sample of it.
Okay. How are you getting a sample of it? Just dipping a vial in it?
I've got the kit. I'll put the glove on.
Okay.
I'll even use tongs if that's an option. Because
just check it.
yeah,
Put space down
Good.
and drink it.
Go siphon that thing up in here.
Did you get a crime kit?
yes.
Yeah. All right. Huh.
He started talking gibberish, saying something about he's going to own this town.
Okay. So you reported him as a
Nuisance.
just a general nuisance.
I highly believe he was drunk.
Okay.
I heard the poor man went into the woods and committed suicide.
Well, that's the current.
Yeah,
Oh.
people are talking nonsense about zombies, things like that.
Have you seen anything?
Nothing out of the ordinary. There was a strange occurrence.
Okay, tell me about that.
The local barber was in here just a bit ago.
Tonight?
No. It's been a couple nights.
Okay.
He came in here stating that while Jim Brown was here, he asked to have his hair cut.
Okay.
And he requested that the entire contents of it be burned, put into a bag, and handed back to him.
Cut off hair?
Yes. Yeah, he didn't want the hair that was still on him to be burnt. He's crazy. He's not quite that crazy.
At this point, I don't know how
Oh.
prevalent.
He also left that behind. He points at the trash can off in the corner.
Who,
It's in there.
who left what? Who left this behind? Brown?
Jim Brown.
Okay. All right, then we go over and investigate the trash can.
Inside it, you see what appears to be a wicker doll.
Okay. Again, gloves and bag and tag it.
Okay. He dropped it in there and said if it was ever to be removed, a great curse would befall the location.
Put it back.
I don't
don't.
believe that by
Obviously,
any stretch
yeah.
of the means. The only reason I haven't thrown it away is because the locals. I don't want them to revert.
Did
And
other people witness this incident?
yes, we were in the middle of a sermon when he came in.
Was this a Sunday service then?
Yes.
Was this the day he disappeared into the woods?
It was the day before he disappeared.
The day before. And the barber did comply with the request to return the hair ashes?
He returned a bag of ashes. I don't know if he returned the right hair. He's not what you would call an upstanding citizen. And if you specifically ask him to do something, he tends to not do that.
Just on principle?
Exactly.
Excellent. All right. Can you give us his address?
Absolutely. He gives you the address.
All right. All right. So I went to college, right?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I didn't make this character. I don't know his background.
Yes, you went to college.
Okay. So let's just say that I've got a monochrome of multicultural exposure. And I know that voodoo and hoodoo, while related, are not the exact same thing.
Yes. You don't know the ins and outs
Right.
of the differences?
Beyond the fact that they are similar words, and people claim they are not the same thing.
You could give me an occult check to see if that brings anything up.
Sure. Nope. All right. We need to go see the barber at this point, I think.
I just got a few questions.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's not a very big town.
No.
You know everyone pretty well in the town.
Around about.
How familiar are you with the guides for the local travel agency?
The Taki family doesn't visit the church. I don't really know a lot about them. They're the ones that own and operate the travel agency.
Jim Brown went into the forest with a guide
Yeah.
and a translator.
That would be Taki, yeah.
Taki was
The younger
guide
Taki.
or the translator?
The guide.
Taki was the guide.
Yeah. The younger daughter's not right. She takes people in the woods. Her gimmick is the fact that she can guarantee you'll see a dead body on your way up the mountain. A lot of people commit suicide
So it's kind
in
of
the
like
woods.
a tourist
Yeah.
trap, almost.
Yeah. The only reason that the police still let her operate is because she reports where the corpses are for easy retrieval when she returns. She always seems to be able to find one, though. It's never quite settled right.
Does she claim to have psychic powers?
Not that I pay any attention to.
But I mean, do people has she made the claim that she has psychic powers?
She makes a lot of people feel uncomfortable just by merely being around them. But no, nobody's made any claims that she can do things like change the water.
Okay. Has anyone followed her to make sure she's not going in the woods watching people kill themselves?
We've kept an eye on her a couple times, but she's not done anything out of the ordinary. I hate to say this, but it's not that hard to find a corpse in the woods. People take the trail, one trail branches off. It specifically says, do not take this path. It's the short path to the Bat Cave, and foreigners tend to like to go that direction.
Okay, there's a bat cave.
Yeah, there's something about Americans wanting their photo taken in the Bat Cave. I really just I don't quite understand that. But.
Batman is huge in Japan.
Do you know what species of bat lives in the bat cave?
It's fruit bat.
Fruit bats?
Yeah. But as you start taking it, you can see the different colored twine and yarn used to mark trails where people go off the path. every path ends in something. It's either remains, unfortunately, a person contemplating it, or where people have been there in the past.
So it's not accustomed to remove the string on your way out?
If they come out.
If they come out, they do remove the strings?
Sometimes, not always. Most people are just here visiting one time. That's why we have the yearly cleanup, which is coming up next month if we can actually convince the rangers to do their job. And
Well, somebody will be here to do that. I guarantee it.
they kept saying that they were zombies. They kept repeating a word. It was weird. They say that the people they see, they're shambling, all slow like you think a zombie would do. But they're talking in English, maybe? They're not really sure what language they're talking in. It's not Japanese. They're Japanese people. They're people that some of them have even known.
Might you know what the word was, or someone that overheard it? I might be able to translate it.
I have no idea. One of the rangers might know. They had a Russian with them, supposedly. I think they just don't want to work. Causing up a scare. I mean, this will either kill this town or increase tourism. I mean, it's all compared to how you look at it. Zombies are in.
Ghost stories always help tourism.
And we've always had ghost stories.
Well, this might be another one. So
who was the translator that went with Jim Brown?
I have no idea.
But the guide came back.
No.
I thought Taki was the guide.
Taki, yeah, was the guide. Taki never came back.
So you've never seen Taki or the translator or Jim Brown?
Correct.
Since they went into the forest?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, just so we're clear, the Taki that went in the forest is the younger sister.
Right.
There is an older Taki who works there also.
Works where?
At the travel agency.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
She's
that's right. You did say
desk.
something about them owning that business. Are there any other guides besides the Taki family?
Oh, yeah.
That
There's
know the
plenty of
forest?
them. There's plenty of them. That was just kind of got that odd reputation.
Who's probably the most well-known or most capable of navigating the forest?
That would be the Akigara travel agency.
Akigara. So it's another travel agency?
Yes. I
Want to
don't believe
spell
they're
that?
going into the woods either.
Want to spell that?
Yes. It's AOKIGAHARA. There's a lot of A's in that word.
H-A-R-A?
Correct.
That's all one word?
That's all one word.
Anyone specific?
I'm sure you could just talk to the person working there, but I highly believe that the forest, unfortunately, is a no travel zone at the moment. It's going to be hard to convince anybody to go in there.
you haven't seen anything strange yourself since Jim Brown disappeared?
No. If there's zombies in the woods, they're staying in the woods. I don't go in the woods.
Oh.
It's an eerie place. Have you been there yet?
No, not yet. We intend to go tomorrow when we meet with the Rangers to figure all this out.
Well, the Batcave stands out because that is the only location that there appears to be any life in the forest.
Like insect life?
Insects, birds.
Okay. Interesting. So there's not even like any rodents, mice.
Not that we've seen. There has to be, because when we go in there, some of the bodies we find are not as whole as they should be.
Scavengers.
Yeah. But none has been heard and none has been seen.
I'm sorry, Phil. Plant life, obviously, because it's a forest. But beyond that, like...
He said no life. Are they dead trees? They can be dead trees.
There's zombie trees.
They are zombie trees.
No grass?
Forgot what I was going to say.
The trees sway a little bit.
Animal
Sunlight.
What time is it now?
Oh, in the game?
Yes.
It's, let's see, 1:37. It's pushing 8-ish.
And do you know how late the park ranger's office is open?
Well, there's supposed to be someone there at all times, but you'll be lucky to find anybody there at any time.
Is there another way to get in contact with them if they're not in their office? Short of making a disturbance.
That would be the best way of doing it. There's a good chance that somebody will be there, but yeah, I don't know their hours. I don't.
Do you know where that's located at?
Oh yeah, it's just down the block, around a corner, 3 lights over.
Thank you.
Do you know how late the barber stays open?
They close at 5.
All right. Fair enough. But we have his address now and everything, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Did I give you the barber's name?
You did not.
The barber's name is
Barbarella.
Barbaroshi.
Barbosa.
Daichi.
Are you just working off a list of names?
Yeah.
A list of 1,000 Japanese things, so come at me again. There will be no more Yojimbos.
That's you.
A daikon radish.
Do you have anything else to ask him, Ichiro?
I can't think of anything else right now for the fathers, so we'll say goodbye, and we may have other questions for you, but hopefully this will all get wrapped up tomorrow morning, and we'll be out of your way.
That would be great.
Everything will be back to normal for your town.
I'm just happy you guys are willing to go into the woods. Honestly, if you could just find the body and bring it out, it should be just fine. I mean, that should be proof enough that there are no zombies in there.
Agreed. So that is our goal.
So, where were you guys going?
To the local police.
Okay. It's a couple blocks down around the corner. You guys walk down there. It's a medium-ish building. Glass doors.
Okay, open up and walk in.
Okay. You see a couple people behind a desk. They seem to be looking at paperwork when you walk in. They look at the... How are you going?
He asked, how are you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm well. I'm Tokigawa Soichiro-san.
Oh, you're with... We heard you were coming.
Yes. We have stopped and already talked to the lady at Mount Fuji tour guides.
Yeah.
Taki.
Yep.
When we asked for information on where we can find guides, etc., she ran out of the back of the shop.
Did you state you were with the authority?
I did.
That she's a slight flight risk. It's her little sister's the one who's disappeared in the woods.
Okay. I would like to ask your assistance.
We can round her out.
Wonderful. If you could do so by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, and also have someone from the park services or rangers or whatever the heck they call them in Japan, for the forest itself at 8 a.m. as well. We'd like to either have them accompany us or be a guide, or at the very least answer some questions.
Okay. Shouldn't be a problem at all.
Wonderful.
Pleasure doing business with you.
It was a pleasure. Thank you. And I bow, and unless you had any questions.
I guess not. No, I don't have anything you, yeah.
Well, then we walk out. You get the locals to do the work for you, boys.
So when we get back in a car or however we're getting around, I want to test the vial of water that I took from the...
It moves in a slow, congealed manner.
Right, but I would have, if I have a true crime kit,
Yes.
and I have biology,
You're going to test like blood type?
yeah, I should be able to determine if it really is blood and if it's human at the very least.
You know how you do that? You stick your finger in there and put it on your tongue. It tastes like
Oh,
pennies.
is that all it is?
It tastes like pennies, then you're in. You're like,
Give me
that
a
is
biology
super
roll.
All right.
I know, I have Pepsi.
Well,
Got it by 3.
It looks like blood.
But does it test like blood?
It does
like there's
not,
a chemical that you
does
put in?
not test like blood. It does not come back with the positive reaction that you would get if it was blood.
Okay, so this is obviously some chemical reagent that he's placed in here to make the illusion of blood, but it's a witch doctor trick. It's not.
Well, we got a little bit of time left. Want to try and talk to the park rangers, or do you want to look at this other travel agency and maybe secure a guide?
Well, I have a feeling we're not going to have any luck. But let's check with the other two and see what they're working on. Make sure we're not.
That's fine. We can check back with the team, but give me a try with these people. I can be very persuasive when I want to be.
So you want to talk to the guy? Talk about the guy?
We might try it.
Okay.
If we got time after we meet up with the other two.
Okay.
If we got time to go visit them, we might try.
Yeah, we'll make a phone call to the secretary.
Your phone rings.
Not me.
No. The comments are boring. Tokugawa.
Tokugawa-san.
This is Ijiro. We are checking in, see what progress you've made.
We have spoken with the travel agent who attempted to flee.
Successfully fled.
She will be rounded up by the local police, along with a member of the Parks Services tomorrow, and brought to us at the Psycho Hotel, the Lake Psycho Hotel.
And casino.
Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. And I gave them the information. I didn't just walk out like, find me, although I imagine they could ask around and find me and be like, hey, where are they staying? Over there, Lake Psycho. So they should be there. We are making good strides.
Okay.
How was your discussion with the priest?
We got a more detailed incident report. And this guy, Mr. Brown, is, or was, pretending to be a voodoo priest of some kind. Or he said voodoo and hoodoo. I'm not exactly sure what the difference is. But...
Is this so I can hear him?
Yeah, I'd put it on speaker.
Can I roll about hoodoo?
Absolutely.
Sorry. You know what? Go ahead. Just go ahead. Go ahead. Doesn't matter.
Roll on hoodoo.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Golly. That was gonna would have jammed.
Oh, jeez, that bad.
All right. That's unfortunate. I guess we'll have to get to a computer access. See what we can find online.
You have yours on speaker?
I probably would have, yeah. That would make sense.
Tokugawa, were you guys able to secure a guide, or you are just getting the person that fled?
She is a guide. She's the one, she's related to the one that took Mr. Brown up into the forest.
We also have a list of guides.
We also,
so
we have a list of guides if she's not able to be found.
Okay. I was just curious because after talking to the priest, some of the probably the most highly qualified guide is actually through another travel agency here in town. Aokigahara travel agency. So I was just double checking if we knew for sure if we were going to have a guide or not. Should we maybe go over there and see if we can rustle one up in case when they find her we don't have one secured?
That would be great.
So you guys are going to take care of that?
We're going to try.
All right. Well, the good news is that'll do it tonight for Masks of Nyarlathotep. You can find us on Facebook and on Twitter. You can go over to patreon.com/nerdsdomain and support us there. You can go over to the website at nerdsdom.com and sign up for our newsletter on the right-hand side. Head over to iTunes. Give us 5-star ratings there. Always subscribe and download. Download, Jesse.
I knew there was a step I was forgetting.
And get all of our content there. And you can buy our shirts over /week. And we will talk to you guys real soon.